Welcome to The Deep Dive. I'm Robert Simmons.
And I'm Rita Fox.
We're your host for discussions on Discover U Radio. And today, wow, we're diving into something pretty unsettling. It's breaking news, really, around Facebook.
Yeah, some really controversial actions they're taking. We've got sources, a detailed article laying out some, well, deeply rooted issues.
Exactly. And our mission today is to really unpack these, let's call them highly debated spam prevention policies.
And the impact they're having, right? Especially on independent content creators, maybe like many of you listening.
Right. The core issue, how your own content, stuff you make for your followers, people who ask for it, can just suddenly get labeled spam.
Unless, and here's the kicker, unless you pay Facebook to show it.
It's just, yeah.
And that's where it just feels so fundamentally unfair, isn't it? What's truly fascinating here, but in a really concerning way, is the paradox.
The hypocrisy, really.
Exactly. The exact same piece of content, same words, same picture. It's spam if you post it organically to your own audience.
The people who chose to follow you.
Right. But then, like magic, that identical content, it turns into perfectly fine advertising gold the second you hand over some cash.
It's unbelievable.
And look, this isn't some small tech quirk. It's actually reshaping how independent voices, how small businesses, how anyone trying to build something online can even reach their own communities. It's a huge deal.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's a scenario that's just, well, it's making creators feel like they're hitting a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's boiling their blood, frankly.
Yeah, you can feel the frustration.
So picture this, because I know a lot of you have probably felt this. You run a verified Facebook page. You put in the hours, the energy, building a following, people who want your updates.
They clicked follow for a reason.
Precisely. So you post, your show schedules, maybe artist lineups, station updates, the exact stuff your followers expect and want.
The content they signed up for.
And then, boom, out of nowhere,
right.
Facebook's system flags your post
Mm-hmm.
on your page
to
your followers as spam.
A spam prevention warning, which just stops everything.
It stops everything. It cuts off your communication. And here's the part that just feels so cynical. Almost right away after calling your content spam.
They offer you a solution.
Yeah. Facebook offers to fix the problem they just created. But, surprise, surprise, the fix isn't free.
Nope. You got to pay them. Pay them to make your spam visible again to the very people who already said, yes, I want to see this.
It just feels like a shakedown, like they're deliberately squeezing revenue out of relationships you build.
Well, what's fascinating here is how Facebook is defining spam. It seems less about protecting users.
And more about their bottom line.
Absolutely. It doesn't feel like it's primarily about shielding people from actual unwanted junk. It feels like it's about monetizing eyeballs, even the eyeballs of people who explicitly asked to see your content.
So let's break down that double standard. It's kind of shocking when you lay it out.
It is. Okay, so content posted organically free to people who followed your page. The system might flag that as spam. It gets hidden, reach gets throttled.
Basically, your followers don't see it.
Right, but take that exact same content, don't change a word, pay to boost it, push it out, maybe even to random people who didn't follow you.
And suddenly
it's advertising gold. It's not just allowed, Facebook actively promotes it.
the only difference is the money.
The only difference. The flip from spam to advertising happens purely based on payment. It's not about the content itself. It's not about what the user wants. It's just, did you pay the toll?
Okay, let's unpack this a bit more, because this highlights a really critical power dynamic, doesn't it?
It really does.
We're not just talking about a definition of spam here. It feels like they're holding your audience hostage.
That's a good way to put it.
I mean, think about it. Your followers chose to connect. They clicked like. They clicked follow. They want your updates, your voice, your community.
They opted in voluntarily.
But now they might not see your stuff the very reason they followed you in the first place unless you pay Facebook to deliver it. It's like building a road to your community and then Facebook puts up a toll booth right in the middle of it.
A toll booth you didn't agree to.
And you have to pay to pass. And this hits some people way harder than others, obviously.
Oh, massively. The impact is completely disproportionate.
Yeah, right. Big corporations, huge marketing budgets, they might just shrug and say, okay, another line item.
Yeah, cost of doing business. Annoying, but manageable.
But for independent creators, small businesses, artists, people running community pages, these tolls, they can be crippling.
They really can. Every dollar matters. And being forced to pay just to reach the audience you already earned through your own hard work, It directly undermines your ability to connect, to grow, to even survive sometimes.
It puts up these financial walls that block communication. It directly hurts the independent media landscape.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it really makes you question platform dependency, doesn't it?
Definitely.
I mean, what does it actually mean when a third-party platform controls who gets to see your stuff? Even the audience you built on their site.
You put in all the work.
All the time. The creativity, the resources, building that following. And then the platform basically says, nice audience you got there. Shame if something happened to your access to it. Unless you pay.
You don't really own that relationship, do you?
Not really. The platform does. And this model, it just forces creators into a corner, makes them totally reliant on the platform's rules, their monetization schemes.
Whatever mood Facebook is in that day.
Pretty much. And think about content creator freedom. How free are you, really, if you have to constantly worry about paying just to share your work, just to talk to your community?
It's not just about losing reach, is it? It's like this chilling effect.
Exactly. You start self-censoring, maybe, or just posting less. Or maybe you just can't afford to keep creating at all if every single post needs a budget behind it.
When basic communication with your audience costs money, it fundamentally changes everything about free expression online.
It really does change the game.
And look, this isn't just theoretical. We have a real-world example that really brings this home, especially for us here at Discover U Radio.
Yeah, this one's personal.
We need to talk about Will Stenner. He's the owner of Discover U Radio, an independent radio owner, a dedicated creator.
Doing great work.
Absolutely. And he's lived this. He's hit this exact wall. When he tried sharing completely normal, legitimate content, things like programming schedules, features on artists playing on his station.
Stuff his listeners want to know.
Exactly. The people who followed his page, specifically for those updates. Facebook's algorithm flagged that as spam.
Sharing your radio schedule with your listeners. Spam. It's absurd.
It is absurd. And the only way he could get that info out, the only way to cut through the noise Facebook created and actually reach his own audience.
He had to pay.
He had to pay to talk to his own fans. It's like a tax on talking, a fee for the privilege of communicating on a platform that's supposed to be about connection.
And Will, he doesn't mince words about how frustrating this is. He put it very bluntly.
What did he say?
He said, and I'm quoting him directly here, "These people followed my page for a reason. If they feel spammed, all they have to do is shut off notifications or unfollow."
Which is totally fair. User control.
Exactly. He goes on, "This is complete exploitation on Facebook's behalf. It seems to be an unethical practice, and it feels like a communistic move. My freedom of speech being stripped away, but I can have it for a fee." End quote.
Wow. Communistic move. That's strong language. But you feel the depth of his frustration, right? That feeling of control being taken away.
You absolutely do. And his point nails the core issue here. This isn't really about stopping genuinely unwanted messages users can already block or unfollow.
We all know how to do that.
Right. This feels like Facebook deliberately monetizing the relationships that creators built. They put up an artificial barrier, and then they charge you money to get past it.
It's a system designed to extract cash from the engagement that you, the creator, and your audience generated together, turning a direct line into a profit center for them.
A bottleneck for profit.
And this whole conversation, it's not just academic. It matters right now. It's urgent. Because here's where it gets really interesting. Yeah. And honestly, pretty alarming.
What's the latest?
Well, look at the current trends. Meta, Facebook's parent company, they've announced they removed, get this, over 10 million accounts in just the first half of 2025. The reason? Spam prevention.
10 million? That's a huge number. It sounds like they're cleaning house.
Ostensibly, yes. A big cleanup. BUT. And this is the crucial part. At the exact same time, they're pushing their paid boost model harder than ever.
So crack down on spam with one hand.
While making it almost impossible for legitimate folks to get organic reach with the other, essentially forcing you into the paid system they're pushing.
It's a pincer movement, almost. Define spam broadly, then sell the solution to the problem you created.
Exactly. Which is why this deep dive is so important right now. If you're an independent creator, a small business owner, anyone producing content, you need to understand how this works.
It's not some abstract policy. It directly affects your bottom line, your reach, your ability to connect.
It's shaping the entire playing field you're on.
Yeah.
And if you're not aware of how these policies are, frankly, manipulating your reach, you're at a huge disadvantage.
You need to know the rules of the game, especially when the rules keep changing to favor the house.
Well said.
And this raises an important question. Maybe several important questions for all of us, right? Creators, consumers, everyone using these
Like
platforms.
what?
Well, first, are we just accepting this? Is this the new normal? That reaching your own audience, the people who ask to hear from you, is now a paid privilege, not a basic function?
Are we okay with that? Being charged to talk to our own communities?
Yeah. And remember, this isn't just Facebook, this pay-to-play for visibility model. It's creeping into other platforms, too. It could become the standard way things work online.
Scary thought.
It is. So what are the long-term consequences? What does this mean for independent media, for diverse voices, if only the people with deep pockets can guarantee their message gets seen?
What happens to everyone else? The grassroots groups, the indie journalists, the new artists, the niche communities. Do their voices just get drowned out?
Does the internet just become dominated by paid content? And maybe the biggest question, how do we fight back? How can creators and consumers maybe together push back against this excessive platform dependency?
Are there alternatives? Things creators should be focusing on more, maybe.
Yeah.
Like building email lists or using different community tools that aren't controlled by these huge platforms.
Yeah, how do we try and reclaim some control over our digital communities?
Yeah.
How do we make sure that our voices and the voices we choose to listen to aren't just stuck behind a rising paywall? These are really vital things we need to grapple with.
So what does this all mean? When you boil it down,
Yeah, the takeaway.
it means this isn't just some minor policy adjustment. It's not just a tweak to the algorithm. This feels like a really fundamental shift in the whole digital media landscape.
It really does.
It impacts the basic idea of freedom of reach. It threatens the actual viability of independent content online.
Yeah.
It's like it's trying to choke the lifelines of independent creators.
Forcing them to pay that toll for every single message they want to send to their own people.
People they already connected with. So we really want to encourage you listening right now. Think about your own experiences. Have you felt this? Have you seen your reach drop? Have you been pushed towards paying?
Because your story is part of this bigger picture. Understanding how these systems work, or maybe how they don't work for users, is the first step.
Absolutely. The first step towards figuring out how to navigate it or maybe even change it.
And maybe a final thought to leave everyone with. Just consider that balance of power.
Between us and the platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As creators, as consumers, how much control do we really have over our online communities, over our own content, and what role are these incredibly powerful platforms playing in dictating that control, deciding who sees what, and deciding what it costs?
What does the future look like if this model just keeps going? If this spam versus pay thing continues unchecked, gets even tighter?
It paints a picture of a future where, I don't know, connection itself is just another commodity, where building an authentic community comes with a price tag.
And that's a future that, well, speaking for us here at Discussions on Discovery Radio,
We feel pretty strongly about understanding it and, frankly, advocating against it. We need a fairer system.